అప్పుడు మనం తీసుకొని వెళ్ళాం కదా. Online people, can you please confirm if my voice is audible or not?
Yes, sir.
And hope you are able to see my screen also.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Andy. So just we'll do a quick recap of morning session. Okay, but before going to the quick recap, so just I will take 10 to 15 minutes of for this recap of the morning session, Andy. So anyone facing any issues while connecting through the putty? Into VM.
Sir,
Putty.
yes, sir, I am unable to connect.
What's the issue you are facing?
No,
But just tell me what's the issue. Any error you are getting or what's the
yes,
issue?
sir, error I received, sir.
Okay. Can you please tell me what's the error? So one person saying he is facing the issue, and any other people are facing any other issues?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's the issue, and
No supported authentication methods available.
no support authenticate methods available. Okay.
In brackets, server send public key.
Have you given all the keys and everything?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you are giving keys and everything, it will work on it. So might be somewhere you did the mistake. Okay, so two people are having the issues. Any other people?
Error is no supported authentication method available.
Yeah,
Yes,
same
sir.
error.
Me to the same error.
Okay, any other people are getting the same error? No support authentication method available.
No support authentication. Yes, sir.
Yeah, three people. I'm asking other than these three people. Okay, we'll do one thing, Andy. After completion of the class, just you can share your screen and we can quickly check about the issues. Is it fine?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, no issues. So morning actually we discussed about compute engine, and within the compute engine we discussed about how to create virtual machine, and after that we discussed about what all are the available options we are having while creating virtual machine, and after that we discussed about how to connect to virtual machine by using putty, which is nothing but we install the putty gen and we install the putty. So we install only putty. Once we install the putty, automatically what will happen? It will install the putty gen also, Nandi. So try to give the answer here. Comment to what is the use of the putty gen? To generate keys. Okay. And just one suggestion, Nandi. People whomever completed the setup one time, what you can do here, try to do the same activity 3-4 times. And so with that, what will happen? You can able to get the complete hands-on. First time succeeded. Second time again, what you can do here, you can do the same activities and but do we need to install again putty? Installation is not required. Okay. Remaining steps. Okay. Just to go to the putty gen, generate the keys one more time. Okay. And second step, create virtual machine in Compute Engine console. Create a virtual machine in the Compute Engine console. After that, what we have to do? We need to pass our keys to our virtual machine. So whatever the key we are generating in the first step by using the putty gen, you need to pass those keys to your virtual machine. How we can do this activity? After creation of the virtual machine, click on the edit. Once you click on the edit, then you can able to see the option called as the SSH keys and there we need to click on the add item. After that, you need to pass the key there. That is the activity we need to perform. Okay. And after that, you need to open putty. In the putty, what we have to do? Can we able to use the old file for the purpose of connecting to the new virtual machine? In the old file, what we are having the old key and now you generated the new key. By using this new key, you want to connect to the new virtual machine, which is nothing but what we have to do here. Here you need to generate the keys and also generate new private file. This is the activity we did, right? So we generated the key. At the same time, we created a file from the putty gen window. For that file, we given some name. But if you are going to create the new VM by using the new keys, can we able to use the old file here? We cannot able to use the old file. And so for that reason, here you need to open the putty by using new private file. Whatever the new file which you created, we need to use that file for the purpose of opening the putty. Other than this, what we need to provide? We need to provide the IP address. We need to provide the external IP address or internal IP address. You need to provide the external IP address. Okay. So please give the external IP address and please provide the new private file. With that, what we can do here, you can able to connect to the putty. After connecting to the putty, what we can do here, we can able to perform our other operations. Okay, so please perform the same activity at least 2-3 times. And so with that, what will happen? You can able to remember all the steps. In the coming days, when we are going to perform the same activity, at that point of time, you won't get any kind of confusion. So what I'm telling here, please do the same activity at least 2-3 times. With that, you can able to remember all the activities what we completed today, because same activities we are going to perform in the coming classes only. But in the coming classes, am I going to spend this much of time to discuss about all these things? No, that's the reason. Please do the practice for at least 2-3 times with the same steps. With that, you can able to get the clear picture how to create the virtual machine, how to generate the keys. By using those keys, how we can able to connect to the putty. All these things you can able to get habituated. With that, automatically you can able to easily understand our coming classes. Okay, or you want me to repeat all the steps quickly? You want me to repeat all the steps quickly, or you are fine? Okay, offline people are saying fine, and online people?
Repeat. Sir.
One person. Any other people?
Yes, sir. Can you please repeat?
Okay, online some people are asking for repetition only. It won't take much time. Within 5 minutes, we can able to complete this because already you know about all the steps, right? We can able to complete all the steps in the very fast way. So first step, what I'm doing here is just I'm going to my console. Where we need to go? We need to go to our compute engine. So in the compute engine, just I'm trying to create the one more new instance only. If you want to create the instance, we need to go to VM instances. Okay. Already I'm having one machine, but I'm trying to create the one more machine here. Create instance. And here I'm giving, for example, sample QT1. And I'm not changing any other options, and I'm giving the same options here because I want to do the just practical. So no need to do the any changes here. And at the end, just click on create. So with this, what we are doing here, we are creating the virtual machine only. Now, my requirement is I want to connect to this virtual machine by using the putty shell. So if you want to do that activity, what we have to do here, first we need to generate the keys by using the putty gen. So if you want to open the partition, you need to go to start button. In the start button, go to Patti 64-bit. Here click on partition. So with this, what will happen? You can able to open the partition. And once we are going to open the partition, what is the next step? Other people try to give the answer. We need to generate the key. How we can able to generate the key, Andy? Just click on the generate button. Once we click on the generate, it will populate the key. Just we need to move the mouse like this here. With that, we can able to get the key. Okay. And after that, just I'm going to copy this key information into my notepad. But before that, here we need to change the key comment only. So for example, here I'm giving the key comment as a sample qt1. Because key comment, we are using it as a username. That's the reason here we are going to modify the key comment. First, I modify the key comment. After that, I'm going to copy it only. So see here, whenever we are going to modify the key comment, automatically what is happening? In your key also, that value is changing. That's the reason. Don't do this mistake only. First, some people are copying the key, then they are doing the modification on the key comment. But if you are going to do that, what will happen? It will throw the error. So for example, here I'm giving it as a new. So if I'm giving the new, if you see key, what's happening? It is changing this value. That's the reason. Before copying the key, first step we need to take the username. For example, here I'm giving it as a sample qt1. After giving the username here, then you need to copy this entire key. Okay, now key generated and we given the username also. Just I will copy the username also here. After that, what is the one more activity we need to perform from this window? You need to generate the key. So you need to generate the file. How to generate the file, Andy? So here you are having the option called as a save private key. Whatever the key we generated, we are saving that information in a file. For that reason, just we need to click on the save private key. Just click on this. Just you can give it as a yes. And now I'm giving the name as, for example, sample qt1. Now indirectly, how many files I'm having? Earlier I'm having the one file called as a batch 19. Now I'm going to have the one more file called as a sample qt1. Like this, you can able to create any number of files by using the different keys. And here I'm giving the name as a sample qt1. Just click on save. Now from the partition window, we did all the activities. Now what's the next step? We generated the key. This key we need to give to our virtual machine. So how to give this information to virtual machine? Just you can copy this entire key and go to your virtual machine. Click on your virtual machine. After that, click on edit. Just you can scroll down. Yeah, here you can able to see the SSH keys, and in the security and access, we can able to see the SSH keys. Here, just click on add item and paste your key, whatever we generated from the console, whatever we generated from the partition window, whatever the key we received. So please copy paste that value here. After that, just click on save. Now indirectly what we are doing, from the partition we generated a key and we are giving that key to our virtual machine. By using this key only, we are going to maintain the communication between our partition and our virtual machine. After doing this activity, just click on save. Okay, meanwhile, what's the next step, Andy? Now I want to connect to the putty. So if you want to connect to the putty, again we need to go to start. And you need to go to putty 64-bit. Here we need to open the partition or we need to open the putty. Now I want to connect to the partition. So for that reason, you have to click on the putty. Now here it is asking the host name. From where we can get the host name? We need to get the host name from your console only. So just to go to your GCP console, go to the VM instances. Here our machine name is sample qt1. So from here I am taking an external IP address. This is the external IP address. Copy this and give this value under the host name. So here we need to pass the IP address, which is nothing but our external IP address. And don't give the internal IP address. We have to give it as a external IP address. After that, in the left side panel, go to SSH, go to auth, and you need to select the option called as a credentials. And after that, here we need to select the file ID. So here private key file authentication file we need to select. Click on browse. Here which file we need to select? I need to select the sample qt1 which I recently created. So select this file. Now click on open. After that, we are coming back to this window. Here also click on open. and here we need to click on accept. After that, it is asking the username. So whatever the value we given in the key comment, that is acting as a username. Give this value here. Click on enter. So what happened? We connected to the virtual machine by using the putty shell and how much time it taken? While explaining, I did all these activities. It taken only 10 minutes of time and if you are performing the practice with your own hands directly, what will happen? Within 5-6 minutes only, you can able to perform all these activities. Just to try to repeat the same activity 3-4 times. With that, what will happen? You can able to remember all the steps, whatever we discussed as part of our class. Okay. Offline people, are you able to see this window or you want me to increase the font? Because I want to cover some topics here and just the reason. Just 1 second. Any idea how to increase the font? Sorry.
Right click. That's 1 second. No, not that one, sir.
Okay,
Selection.
so okay, it won't take much time. Just 2 minutes. I want to cover one topic here. Okay, at least you are able to see the letters, right? Okay. I think online people are not having any issue. Only offline people are unable to see the letters. But just I will quickly cover this information. And actually, so after opening this window as part of your practice, so what you can do here is from here you can able to perform the practice on the Unix commands. And so whatever the Unix commands we are having, you can able to perform the practice on the Unix commands. Actually, after completion of this class, I will share one Excel sheet with you. If you see here, this is the Excel sheet. This Excel sheet is going to contain all the Unix basic commands. And so you yourself can able to perform the practice on all these basic commands. If you see here I given the list of the commands. Today I'm going to give the only 10 commands. And these are the list of the commands. And beside that, you can able to see what is the purpose of the each and every command. After that, you can able to see what is the syntax for each and every command. After that, you can able to see the examples information. Like this, I captured only the 10 commands. Tomorrow I will give the 10 more commands, and after that I will give the 10 more commands. And so like that, what we can do here, every day you need to create the virtual machine. You need to connect to putty shell, do the practice for 10 commands. Second day, again 10 more commands. Third day, again 10 more commands. So like that, what will happen? You can able to do the practice on connection of putty shell. At the same time, in parallel, you can able to perform the practice on top of these Unix commands. Because if you are going to work as a cloud data engineer, you should have minimal knowledge on the Unix commands. And so I will give all the commands information. I will give purpose of each and every command in the same way. I will give the syntaxes and I will give the example also. With that, you can able to start the practice on the Unix commands also. Okay, and don't think that it won't take much time. And if you want, I can cover quickly. What is the first command? PWD. What is the purpose of the PWD? In the Unix shell or in the shell, if you want to understand in which folder currently you are working, then we can give it as a PWD. PWD is nothing but present working directory. Just I'm giving here PWD. So currently in which folder I'm working? I'm working in the folder called as a home sample qt1. In this folder I'm working on it. So if you want to understand in which folder you are working, we are given the keyword, we are given the command called as a PWD. In the same way, if you want to create your own folder in your virtual machine, then we can give the command called as a mkdir command. What is the meaning of mkdir? Make directory. And tell me, if you want to create the bucket, what is the command we are giving in the GSUT? MB. MB is nothing but make bucket. But comment here in the Unix side, if you want to create the directory, we are given the command called as a mkdir, which is nothing but make directory. Just I'm given the mkdir. I'm giving my name, Srini. But tell me here you created the folder or you are working in your folder? Just we created the folder. And so if you are given the PWD, still we are working in the which folder? We are working in the sample qt1, but my requirement is after creation of my folder, I want to move to that folder. Then what I can do here? Just to give it as a cd command. CD is nothing but change directory. After creation of the folder, if you want to move to that folder, we have to give the command called as a cd command, cd Srini. Now, if I'm given the PWD, now you can able to see the folder called as a home sample qt1. Within this, you are working in the folder called as a Srini folder. Okay. Now my requirement is I want to remove this directory. What I need to do? We can give rmdir. If you want to remove the directory, we have to give it as a rmdir. If you want to remove a particular file, then we have to give it as a rm. Okay. Now I'm giving it as a rmdir and I'm giving the Srini. See, we are getting the error. What's the reason?
You are already in the directory.
You are in which directory now? I am in the Srini directory. From the Srini directory, can we be able to remove the Srini directory? It's
No,
not
we need
possible.
to come out of that.
Now we need to come back from the Srini directory. How to come back? If you want to come back from any directory, just give it as a cd dot dot. Sorry, it's my mistake. So we need to give the cd space dot dot and once we are going to give the cd space dot dot, which is nothing but what we are doing. We are coming back from the existing directory to the previous directory. Now I'm giving the pwd. If you see, now we are in the previous directory. Now if you want to remove the directory, give it as a rmdir Srini. So with this, you can able to remove the directory. Now, for example, I want to see what all are the directories or what all are the files available in my system or in my folder. What we can do?
ls.
In the GCS side, if you want to see the list of the buckets, what's the command we are using? In the GCS, if you want to see the list of the buckets, what is the command we are using? gsutil space ls. If you are given the gsutil space ls, what will happen? It will display all the buckets. And in the same way, in the Unix side also, if you want to see the list of the folders or list of the files, we are given the command called as simply ls. But see what's happening now? It is giving output as a no records because we don't have any file. We created the folder, but after that, what we did? We removed the directory, which is nothing but I don't have any files or any folders. For that reason, it is given the blank value. Now I want to create the folder one more time. What I can do?
Make directory.
Srini. With this, I can create the folder. Now, if I'm given the ls minus ltr, see what's happening? I can able to see one folder called as a Srini folder, and this is the way you can able to create the folder, and you can able to see the list of the files information by using the ls command. Now I want to go to Srini. What I can do? cd space Srini. Okay. Now I want to see the list of the files in the Srini. What I can do? ls. Do we have any files in the Srini so far? No, that's the reason you are seeing the values as a 0 records and so this is the way simply we can able to use the all these kind of commands. Mkdir to create the directory, rmdir to remove the directory, ls for listing all the files whatever you created or whatever the folders you created. If you want to see the list of the information, we can give it as a ls command. What is the purpose of cd? To switch back to only one directory. You can give it as a cd and what about the cd dot dot?
Come back from that same
We
directory.
want to come back to the previous directory. We can give it as a cd space dot dot. Cd is nothing but if you want to move to a specific directory, we have to put as a cd space folder name. With that, you can able to move to a particular folder or particular directory. But if you want to come back to the current directory, the previous directory, we are giving it as a cd space dot dot. Okay. Now, in the same way, here we are having the one more command called as a touch command. And whenever you want to create any file, then we can give the command called as a touch command. For example, if I'm given the ls, what's happening here? I don't have any files. Now I'm giving it as a, for example, touch sample.txt. After that, I'm giving ls minus ltr. Now see here what we are having. It is created a file, but tell me in this file, do we have any data? It's a kind of a dummy file, and by using the touch command, if you want, what we can do here, you can create a dummy file. Just for understanding, I'm giving this command. By using the touch command, you can able to create the dummy file. For example, I am creating one more command like this. I am creating one more file, sample1.txt. Now I'm giving ls minus ltr. Or if you are giving the only ls also, see here how many files we are getting now. We are getting the two files, and one is the sample.ts and another one is the sample1.txt. Whenever you want to create the file, simply what we can do here, you can give the command called as a touch command. But now my requirement is I want to create the file. In that file, I want to maintain the data also. In the situation, we can give it as a cat command, and cat, you have to give the symbol called as a greater than symbol, cat greater than sample1.txt, or I'm giving sample2.txt. So what I'm doing here, I am trying to create a file. What is the file name I'm giving? Sample2.txt. That is the file name I'm giving. We are using the command called as a cat command. Cat greater than sample2.txt. After that, just enter some data. And if you want to come out from this command, just do it as a control D. by given the control D, what will happen? Actually, if you observe here, Andy, what we are doing by giving the cat command, we are entering some data. But after entering some data, you want to come out from that window, right? If you want to come out from the cat prompt, then we have to give the option called as a control D. If you observe here, I mentioned that to come out of the editor window, what we are doing here, we are giving it as a simply control D command, and wherever any extra information is required, I given that extra information in the column called as a comments column. This is the way simply you can able to create the files with the data also. I created the file called as a sample2.txt. In this file, we entered some data. If you want to come out from there, we need to give it as a control D. With that, you can able to create a file with the data. Again, if you want to see the files, we can give it as a ls. Now see how many files we are having total? 3 files, sample.txt, sample1.txt, and sample2.txt. This is the way you can able to create the dummy files, or you can able to create the files with the proper data. Now my requirement is, for example, from this folder, I want to remove the sample1.txt file. What I can do? Do I need to give rm dir, or I need to give the rm only? I want to remove the file only. If you want to remove the only file only, you have to give the rm command. After that, I'm giving sample1.txt. That is my file name. Click on enter. Now see, your file has been deleted, but how you can able to ensure that file is deleted or not? Again, we need to give the same ls command. With that, you can able to see how many files. Earlier, how many files we are having total? 3. Now, how many files we are having? Only 2 files, Andy. All these are the simple commands or complex commands? All these are simple commands, Andy. Every day we'll discuss about 10-15 commands like this. With that, you need to connect to the putty shell by creating the virtual machine. In that virtual machine, try to perform the practice. With that, in parallel, you can able to get experience on the putty shell. At the same time, you can able to get some experience on the Unix commands also. Is it clear? Now, instead of using the putty shell, I want to perform the same practice by using other shell. What is the other shell we can able to use? Earlier we discussed, right? You can go to the console. Here you can able to see option called as SSH. Just click on this arrow. Click on the open in the browser window. If you are going to click on this, do we need to create the keys and all these activities? Do we need to perform? It's not required, Andy. But in the real time, are we going to perform this activity, or we are going to perform the putty activity? We are going to use the putty, Andy. That's the reason my advice is, please try to utilize the putty by creating the multiple machines and by creating the multiple keys, and try to use the putty shell. With that, you can able to get the good hands-on experience. For example, after doing 3-4 times, if you are getting the bore feeling, then what you can do here? Directly from here, you can able to open the shell. In the shell, directly you can able to perform your practice by depending on your convenience. Is it clear? Any questions on this assignment? Create the virtual machine, create the keys, connect to putty shell, run all these commands. With that, you will get the hands-on experience on the putty shell. At the same time, you will get hands-on experience on the Unix commands. Do we have only these 10 commands in the Unix? No, still we are having the so many other commands, and every day we'll discuss 10-15 commands like this. With that, slowly you can able to start practice on the Unix commands also. Is it clear? Okay. Now we'll come back to our database concepts. So what are the topics we discussed yesterday in the database concepts? We discussed about update command, and we discussed about delete command. After that, we discussed about arithmetic operators. Yes, sorry. We discussed about order by clause, and we discussed about distinct operator. Then we started discussing about arithmetic operators. And we discussed about comparison operators. And we discussed about logical operators. What's the logical operators we are having?
And
We are
or
having
not.
and or not.
Or
These are the
not.
different logical operators we are having. Sweta, can you please switch off your camera? So still we need to discuss about in operator and not in operator, and we need to discuss about is null operator and is not null operator, and we need to discuss about like operator. Okay. So as part of yesterday's session, we discussed about all these operators and the update, delete. Then we discussed about the order by. We discussed about the distinct. Then we discussed about the arithmetic operators. Then we discussed about the comparison operators. And after that, we discussed about the logical operators. In the logical, we discussed about and or. Now you tell me when we need to go for AND operator.
When both the
If you want to
conditions-
satisfy all the conditions in the SQL query, then we need to go for the AND operator. When we need to go for OR operator. If you want to satisfy any one of the condition in the SQL query, then we need to go for the OR operator.
or
Now we'll start
operator.
discussing about some examples, Andy. Get all employees information who all are not working in department ID 10,20. So try to understand the requirement here. What is the requirement? I want to get all the employees information who all are not working in DID 10,20. Now, for example, this is the table I'm having. As per my requirement, I want to get all the employees information who all are not working in 10 and 20 departments. And the first question, as per the requirement, how many records we are expecting in the output?
One.
We are expecting only one record. Which record? This is the record I'm
5.
expecting into my output screen. Now, to get this output, what is the query we can able to frame?
Select. Start from employee.
Select star from employee table
Employee.
where, see, for example, if I'm asking the
Employee
question,
ID.
I want to get all the employees information who all are working in 10 and 20, then what we can do here? Working in 10 and 20 departments, then we are given the condition as a DID is equal to 10, and other condition is DID is equal to 20. Now, in between these two conditions, which operator we can apply? And or.
Or.
How many of you completed the
Or,
practice?
Or sir.
The end is a blindly wrong answer, Andy. So what's the correct answer?
Or sir.
Or operator. So because I want to satisfy any one of the condition, he need to work in either 10 department or he need to work in the 20 department. So whenever we are having such kind of requirement, what we can do here, simply we can give it as a select star from employee table where DID is equal to 10 or DID is equal to 20. Now, if I'm going to run this query, how many records we are going to get? You are going to get all the 4 records in your output screen. But now my requirement is what? I want to get the data for all the employees who all are not working in 10 and 20.
Where department ID not
Where department ID?
Not in.
not.
No, have we
not
discussed
in.
about the not in operator? No, right? Without
No.
using the in operator or not in operator, try to give the answer.
DID not equal to 10.
ID.
Not equal to 10. Okay.
And DID not equal to.
DID not equal to 20. Now tell me, in between these two conditions, which operator we need to apply? We given the two conditions. Now in between these the two conditions, what operator we need to apply?
And.
Someone is saying and, someone is saying or. Here only confusion will start only. So what we have to give? And or?
And
You want to satisfy both the conditions or you want to satisfy any one of the condition?
both conditions.
Both conditions I
Both
need to
the
satisfy.
conditions.
That's the reason here we have to give it as an AND operator. Try to understand the difference here, Andy. Here I want to get the employees information who all are working in either 10 department or 20 department. That's the reason we are given the OR operator. But here what is my requirement? I want to get all the employees information who all are not working in 10 department and who all are not working in the 20 department. That's the reason what we have to give here. You need to give it as a department ID not equal to 10. Department ID not equal to 20, and you want to satisfy both the conditions or you want to satisfy any one of the condition? I want to satisfy both the conditions, and for that reason here we have to give it as a AND operator. Just will run this query here on the database side. Department ID not equal to 20 and department ID not equal to 10. So this query giving output for only 2 records, which are nothing but 30 and 40, because in my table I'm having total 6 records only. Out of 6 records, I'm having the 30 and 40 departments I'm having other than 10 and 20. That's the reason this is the way I'm writing the query. And with this, what happening? I'm getting the only 2 records in my output screen. Okay. Now, for example, get data for all employees who all are not working in 10 department, 20 department, 30 department, 40 department, 50 department, and 60 department. So like this, I want to pass the multiple department IDs information. Now what we can do?
Not.
What we can do here, we can able to write this query like this or not. If you want, we can able to write the query like this. But here, how many conditions we need to apply? Only 2 conditions, or we need to apply the 6 conditions. If you want to follow this approach, we need to give it as a DID not equal to 30 and DID not equal to 40 and DID not equal to 50 and DID not equal to 60. So how many conditions we are giving indirectly, Andy? You are giving total 6 number of conditions. By passing the 6 conditions only, you can able to achieve this requirement. But here unnecessarily what we are doing? We are applying the same condition multiple times just by changing the values, Andy. DID not equal to 20, DID not equal to 30, DID not equal to 40 and 50 and 60. We are applying the same condition with the different values multiple times. Now what is the problem here? If you want to write this much of query, obviously it will take some extra amount of time, right? Now, instead of doing like this, what we can do here is simply we are going to use the operator called as nothing but not in operator. So which operator we are going to use here? Only for simplifying the SQL query. Here we are going to use the operator called as nothing but not in operator. Now, for example, my requirement is like this, Andy. I want to get data for all the employees who all are working in these departments. This is for not working. This is for who all are working in the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 departments. Then what is the query we can prepare?
In.
The query is no, without using the in operator. What's the query? DID is equal to 10 or DID is equal to 20 or DID is equal to 30 or DID is equal to 40 or DID is equal to 50 and 60. So this is the way what we can do here. If you want to get the data for all the employees who are working in the specific department, by using the OR operator, we can able to frame the query like this. If you want to get the employees information who all are not working in the specific departments, then we are applying the not equal operator and we are applying the end operator. With that, you can able to frame the query. But in the both the queries, what we are doing here, unnecessarily we are applying the so many number of conditions, and just to overcome this kind of issue, what we are doing here, if you want to replace the multiple OR operators, we are introducing one more operator called as nothing but in operator. So what we are doing here, just for replacing the multiple OR operators in the SQL query, we can able to use the operator called as nothing but in operator. By using in operator, we can able to simplify the query like this, Andy. Just to give it as where department ID in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Now tell me which is the simplest query. See, when I'm saying simplest, don't think that from the performance perspective only. From the performance perspective, both are going to take the same amount of time. Don't think from the performance side. Just as part of writing the query, which is the simplest one. With the in operator, you can able to avoid the multiple conditions. With the single condition, within the single condition, you can able to pass all the values as per your requirement. So this is the way you can able to simply frame the query by using the in operator. But do we need to write the query compulsory like this, or can we write the query like this also? You can write the query like this, or you can able to write the query like this also, by depending on your convenience. And no one will question you why you are writing the query like this or why you are writing the query like this, only because both are going to provide the similar kind of performance as part of your query execution. Just by depending on your convenience, either you can go for the approach 1 or we can go for the approach 2. Now my requirement is I want to get data for all the employees who all are not working in these departments. Then what we can do here? One approach, you can give the multiple conditions like this by using the end operator and by using the not equal to operator. Now my requirement is instead of applying these many number of conditions, I want to achieve this requirement. So what we can do? Same query we can able to use here. Just what's the modification we need to perform?
Not in.
Before the in,
Not
give it
in.
as a not. In the query also, just give it as before the in, give it as not. So with this, what will happen? We are converting all the true values as a false values, or we are converting all the false values as a true values. And if you are going to give the query like this, automatically it will display data for all the employees who all are not working in the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 departments. And this is the way simply we can able to understand in operator and not in operator. Now you tell me, in operator is indirectly equivalent to which operator? In
Or.
operator is
Or.
indirectly equivalent to which operator?
Or.
Operator.
Just what we are doing here, just for replacing or operator, we are applying the in operator. With that, we are simplifying the query. Now, in the same way, one more question. Not in operator is indirectly equivalent to which operator?
And.
And
And,
operator.
and,
And
Is the correct answer?
N-
Is
Not
the correct answer?
and. Not and.
Combination of and not
Not
equal to
equal
and.
to.
So this is one important thing. What is the meaning of and? To satisfy
Both-
all
both
the
the
conditions we
conditions.
are given the and operator, but not in is going to work like that. And so what is the meaning of not in? It is equivalent to and combination of and operator and not equal to operator. Then we can able to replace this one with the not in operator. But if you are having the only or operators in the SQL query, then what we can do here? You can able to replace the or operator with the help of the in operator. But what about the not in? In the query, if you are having the combination of and operator and not equal to
Not equal.
operator, in that situation, we can able to go for the not in. Okay. If you want, you can understand this. Otherwise, you can able to skip it. And simply you need to understand when we need to go for in operator, when we need to go for the not in operator. Whenever you want to satisfy multiple conditions at a time, then we need to go for in operator. If you don't want to satisfy the multiple conditions, then what we can do here? We can go for the not in operator. Just we'll see the examples. You will get a clear picture. I'm giving, for example, select star from employee underscore main table where DID is equal to 10 or DID is equal to 20. Now, if I'm going to execute this query, how many records we will get?
4.
DID 10 or DID 20, which is nothing but I'm getting the data for 10 department and 20 department. With that, we are going to get total 4 records. And we'll see that we are getting total 4 records. Same query I'm going to write.
Select employee.
I want to replace the or operator. So what we can do, just give it as a in operator in 10, 20. Just click on enter. See, we are getting the same output or not? We are getting the same output. And now in the same way, for example, I am giving select star from employee underscore main table where department ID not equal to 10 and department ID not equal to 20. Now this query will give how many records? This query will give how many records on top of this table? Not equal to 10, not equal to 20. We are having the only 2 records and it will give only 2 records in your output. Now I don't want to use the and operator. I don't want to use the not equal to operator. So what we can do here?
Not
Select
in.
star
Not
from
in.
employee underscore main where department ID not in. We are giving 10, 20.
We did not give the gap over here.
Is my mistake. So just give the not space in. With that, what will happen? You can able to get only 2 records. Now this query and this query given the same output or not? Both are given the same output. And the only thing is nothing but instead of applying the multiple conditions, we are given the single condition. In the single condition only, we are passing all the required values as per our requirement. So this is the way simply we can able to understand about our in operator and not in operator. Okay. Now my one more requirement here. Get data for all the employees who all are not working in 10 and 20 departments. Try to do the answer. Already we discussed about this one just a few minutes back. This is the requirement. To achieve this requirement, I want to frame the query. What is the query we can able to frame? Select star from
Select star from employee
by table where department ID not in
Not
10,
in,
comma
20.
So by using this query, you can able to achieve the requirement. By using the not in operator, we can able to achieve the requirement. But my question here is, without using the not in operator, I want to achieve the requirement.
Then we can go for and.
Without using the not in operator, I want to achieve the requirement. So what we can do, already we discussed this also, Randy. Select star from employee table where department ID not equal to 10 and department ID not equal to 20. So by using this query also, you can able to achieve the requirement. Now my question is, without using not in operator, without using and not equal to operator, I want to achieve the requirement. I don't want to write the query like this. I don't want to write the query like this, Sunday. In other way, I want to achieve the requirement. Then what we can do? Don't give the answer. Select star from employee table where department ID is equal to 30. Is the correct answer? Some clever people will give the answer like this only, because in this table, how many departments we are having? 10, 20, 30. Except 10, 20, I want to get all the remaining employees information. Some people will give the answer. I can give it as a DID is equal to 30. It is applicable for this table. But if you are going to have the 1 lakh records or 10 lakh records, do we know which departments we are having in the table? No, right? In the situation, we cannot able to pass the hardcode values like this only. Then how we can able to write the query in the one more way? Any guesses? Without using the not in operator, without using the end operator and not equal to operator, I want to achieve the requirement. Then what we can do? Apply the analytical skills.
Group by.
Group by? No, wrong answer.
Set operator.
Set operator? No.
Where class? When
DID is, so here I will write the query. DID is equal to 10 or DID is equal to 20. Now tell me, if I'm going to execute this query, what is happening? It is giving data for all the employees who all are working in the 10 department and who all are working in the 20 department. Now what is my requirement? I want to perform the reverse operation. I don't want to get data for 10 department employees and 20 department employees, and indirectly what you want to do? You want to convert true values as a false values, false values as a true value to perform that operation. Which operator we can able to use? Yesterday we discussed. We can able to use the not operator. What is the purpose of not operator? To convert true values to false value and convert false values to true values, and you can able to use the operator called as a not operator. If I am going to execute this query as it is, what will happen? This query will give the 4 records, because those 4 records are given the output as a true value. For that reason, those 4 records are coming in the output, but I don't want to get those 4 records. I want to get the remaining records, which is nothing but I want to convert the true values to the false values and false value to the true value. To perform that operation, we need to use the operator called as a not operator. But in this query, where we need to apply the not operator?
After where?
See here, just you need to apply the condition like this. Not in the bracket, I will pass this entire condition, and indirectly what I'm doing here, I am writing a condition. In the condition, we are giving condition 1 or condition 2. On top of this entire condition, we are applying the or operator. Then automatically what will happen? Earlier, 4 records are getting the true values, 1 record is getting the false value. That's the reason 4 records are came in the output screen. Now, if I'm giving the not operator, what will happen? Automatically, that 4 true values will convert as a false value. 1 false value will convert as a true value. With that, this query will give only 1 record on top of your output screen. Just we'll check it once. Select start from our table name where department ID in 10
Not
equal to 10 or DID is equal to 20. So if I'm running this query, what's happening? It is giving data for employees who all are working in the 10 and 20, but I don't want to get these records. I want to get the remaining records only. So what we can do here, as I told you, we can give it as a select start from employee underscore main table where I'm giving not operator. DID is equal to 10 or DID is equal to 20. So what's happening? Except 10 and 20, it is given the remaining values on top of your output screen, and this is the way also you can able to frame the query. Indirectly, what we are doing here, we are not using the in operator, we are not using the not in operator, we are using the same logical operators. Only thing is nothing but we are using the combination of not operator and or operator. With that, we can able to achieve the requirement. Now, if you see here, single requirement, how many ways we can able to frame the query? First way, by using not in operator. Second way, by using combination of and not equal to operator. Third one, by using combination of not and or operator. You know the in operator, you know not in operator, you know not equal to operator, you know not operator. What is the thing we need to understand? You need to understand the requirement and you need to understand when you need to use what, and with that automatically what we can do here, you can able to frame any kind of SQL queries as part of our real-time projects also. Okay, why I'm giving this example here is to understand in how many ways we can able to achieve the same requirement, and single requirement you can able to achieve by using the query 1 or query 2 or by using the query 3 also you can able to achieve the same requirement. So that's the reason just I covered this example here. Anyone having any confusion on this third query, please ask me. I will explain one more time. Just I will do one thing and quickly. So this is the table. First condition I'm giving DID is equal to 10. Second condition I'm giving DID is equal to 20. Then I'm giving DID is equal to 10 or DID is equal to 20. Then we are given the not operator on top of this entire condition. So this is the overall thing happening in the internal database system. And coming to first condition, what's the values you will get in the internal database system? DID 10. First record is true or false? True. Second record? True. Third record? False. False. Last record also false. Now what about the second condition? DID is equal to 20. First record is false. Second record is false. Third record is true. Fourth record is true. And fifth record is false. Now in between these two conditions, which operator we are applying? We are applying the OR operator. When we are applying the OR operator, what will happen? If any condition is true, automatically the result will come as a true only. And now first record, what will happen? True. Second record is true. Third record is true. Fourth record is true. Fifth record is false. Okay. Now on top of this condition, which operator we added in the SQL query? Not operator. So what will happen? This true value will become as a false, 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 false. What about last record? It will become as a true. Okay. Now tell me, what is the meaning of F false? These records will not display in the output screen. Wherever we are getting the final value as a true, only those records will be coming in the output screen. And by using this table, simply you can able to understand how it is working in our internal database system. And but tell me, when I'm going to run the query, can we able to see these values in the output screen? No. These operations are happening in the internal database system. Based on that, it will display the data on top of your output screen. And so these are all the things we need to understand as part of you writing our SQL statement. Still, if anyone is having the question on top of this SQL query, please ask me here. Any confusions or any questions on this query? It's clear, right? Try to understand how we can able to achieve the same requirement by using different approaches. And if you want to do that activity, you need to apply your analytical skills. By applying the analytical skills, same problem statement we can able to achieve by using the different types of the solutions. Just to prove that, I given this example. To achieve this requirement, we are having the query 1, query 2 or query 3. By using any one of the query, we can able to achieve our requirement. Is it clear? Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please.
Here we are cross-checking by true or false,
Yes.
because it's a 5 records table.
Yes.
When we have huge records, then how we can cross-check?
Yes, someone is saying, asking the question like this, Andy. For the purpose of cross-checking, we are writing this kind of table and we are applying the true and false and we are checking the data for all these things. Now, for example, if I'm going to have the 1 lakh records or I'm having the 10 lakh records on the table, someone is asking how we can able to perform this activity. But tell me, really, are we going to perform this activity here? Just for understanding, I explained, Andy. Now tell me, if you want to understand, really do we need to go for 10 lakh queries or you can take only 4 or 5 queries, 4 or 5 records? We are dealing with the only 4 or 5 records for our understanding. If you are going to work in the real time, if you are going to work for 10 lakh records or if you are going to work for the 1 crore records only, we are not going to perform any of these kind of operations in the real time. Just for understanding to all you folks, I given this kind of table in my Excel sheet. But as part of writing the queries in the real time or as part of dealing with the 10 lakh records or 1 crore records only, you are not going to frame all these operations in the Excel sheet. If you are going to frame this kind of operations for 10 lakh records, how much time it will take? You need to spend 1 week or 2 weeks only on this one only. So I'm trying to say we are not going to perform these operations in the real time. Only for understanding purpose, I given all these values. With that, try to understand the concept. Once you understand the concept, no need to perform these activities as part of writing our SQL queries. Is it clear?
Yeah, but by cross-checking this, we are getting we are let ourselves know our logic is correct.
Yes.
So if I wrote logic in real time, then how can I check my logic is correct or not before testing?
You want to verify your logic is correct or not, right?
Yes.
Okay. So for example, here in this situation, if your table is going to have the 10 lakh records only, if you want to verify your logic is correct or not, we are not going to verify all the 10 lakh records only. What we can do here, simply you can able to pick some sample records. What we are going to do, you are going to pick some sample records. On those sample records, we will verify our logic is working fine or not. Is it clear? So we are not going to verify all the 10 lakh records. So what we are going to do here, if you want to verify your logic is correct or not, just we are going to pick some sample records and on those sample records, we are going to verify our logic is correct or not. Okay. This we are performing as a developer, but if you are going to work as a tester in the real time, there they are going to write the source query and they will write the target query. In between both the queries, they are going to apply the operator called as nothing but minus operator. But who will do this activity in the real time? And our testing team will write the queries like this. What they will do here, they will build the source query, they will build the target query. In between both the queries, they are going to apply the minus operator, and this query should give output as a only 0 records. People who don't know about the minus operator, who don't know about the source query, who don't know about the target query, don't worry, Andy. We'll discuss about these things again in the coming classes. Coming to one person is asking the question, how we can able to verify our logic is correct or not in the real time if we are dealing with the 10 lakh records or 1 crore records. Andy, what I'm telling here, just you can able to pick some sample records. For those sample records, we are going to verify our logic is correct or not. Otherwise, as a tester, if you are going to work in the real time, then we are going to frame the source query, we are going to frame the target query. In between both the queries, we are applying the minus operator. With that also, we can able to verify our logic is correct or not. Is it clear? And if any other people not understood these things, Andy, simply you can able to forget about these things for now. In the coming classes, we'll discuss about what is the minus operator, how it is going to work in the database system. All those topics we are going to cover as part of our coming classes. Okay. Any other questions up to here? Any other questions up to here? Okay. If no questions, we'll see one more example. Now in this table, I am having the column called as a salary column only. And we are having some data like this. Okay. Now my requirement is get data for all employees whose salary is in between 10,000 and 1,000 and 5,000. So this is the requirement. I want to get data for all the employees. So which employees data you want to get? I want to get data for all the employees whose employees are having salary between 1,000 and 5,000. And now you try to give the answer as per this requirement. What is the data we are expecting in the output screen? First, try to understand the requirement. Try to understand what is the data we are expecting in the output. Then only think about how we need to frame the SQL query. And whenever anyone is given the requirement, directly don't think about how to write the SQL query. Understand the requirement. Understand what is the output we are expecting as per the requirement. By using that, easily you can able to frame the query. Now, as per this requirement, what is the output we are expecting, or how many records we are expecting?
3.
I am expecting only 3 records, which are nothing but
2,000, 3,000.
salary between 2,000 and 5,000. Only these 3 records I am expecting in my output screen. Okay, I don't want to get the 1,000. I don't want to get the 5,000. I want to get only between values Sunday. So which is nothing but I want to get only these 3 records on my output screen. Now you tell me what is the query we need to frame to achieve this requirement. Don't give the answer by using between operator. Have we discussed about between operator so far? No, right? So people who are opened your laptops or systems Sunday, please write the query to achieve this requirement. Select star from
Employee.
Salary greater than,
employee. Okay.
salary is greater than 1,000.
Where?
Salary greater than 1,000
Okay.
And salary less than.
Less than 5,000.
Salary less than 5,000. Okay, so see here we are applying one condition as a salary greater than 1,000. One more condition we are giving it as a salary less than 5,000. Now in between these 2 conditions, which operator we need to apply?
and
Someone is saying and someone is saying or.
And
What's the correct answer?
and because both should be true, then only
See, you want to satisfy both the conditions or you want to satisfy any one of the condition?
both
I
the
want to satisfy both the conditions only. So what we can do here? We need to give it as a AND operator. If anyone having any kind of confusion, then what you can do here? Just create the table, some table like this, and in the first condition give it as a salary greater than 1000. In the second condition give it as a salary less than 5000, and just apply the whether it is given the true or false values. With that, you yourself can able to analyze whether we need to give it as a AND operator or we need to give it as a OR operator. Okay, now just I will write the query in the database side. We'll see the output. I'm giving salary greater than 1000 and salary less than 5000. What's happening? Why it is giving 0 records? All people given answer as end, right? What's the correct answer? Again, the same thing. End is a simple operator or complex operator? It's very simple operator. Then we are given the end operator, but why it is not given the output? What we can do? Do the same exercise only as we discussed earlier. First condition, salary should be greater than 1000. Second condition, salary less than 5000. We'll check the values. Coming to first condition, what is the output we are going to get? It is false or true? First record. First record is false. Second record is true, 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 true. Okay. Now what about less than 5000?
False, last one.
False, false.
False. False or true?
True, sir. True.
True.
Less than 5000.
True. Next record is
True.
true,
True.
true,
False.
and false. Okay. Now in between here we are applying the AND operator. So if you are applying the AND operator, what we need to get? I need to get first record is false, second record is true, true, and last record is false, which is nothing but we need to get the 3 records in my output screen. But why I'm not getting here?
Salary 10,000, 20,000.
I given the wrong value here, Andy. Just I want to check how many people are in the attention way. Okay, so instead of 10,000, what we have to give here? Instead of 1000 in my table, I'm having the data with the 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. That's the reason earlier we given the 1,000 and 5,000. So because of that reason, it's not giving any data only. But as part of my table example in the database side, here what's the value we need to pass? I'm giving it as a 10,000 and 5,000. Now, if I'm going to run this query, what will happen? You can able to see data for 3 records. We are getting the 20,000, we are getting the 30,000, we are getting the 40,000, and which is nothing but as part of writing the query, you need to focus on the requirement. You need to focus on the output. At the same time, we need to focus on what is the data we are having in the table and what is the requirement and what is the values we are passing. And if you are given the wrong values like this, what will happen? You can able to get a lot of confusion. I am given the correct query, but why we are not getting the data? But what is the mistake here? I passed the wrong values. Because of that reason, it is given the empty set. But when I'm given the correct values, automatically what's happening here? It is given the data. But whenever you are getting the output like this, whenever we are getting the wrong output, and how we need to perform the analysis? This is the way simply you can able to perform your own analysis, Andy. So in the real time also sometimes what will happen whenever we are going to write the queries, query will execute, but it will give the wrong data in the output, Andy. If you want to understand why it is given the wrong data, you need to analysis yourself on top of the query. Just for understanding that, I given this example. Actually, if you are given the 1,000 and 5,000, it is not given the data. There is no mistake in the query. There is no mistake in the data. There is no mistake in the requirement. What is the mistake? As a user, I given the wrong values here. For that reason, it is given the wrong output. And once I modify the values like this, what's happening here? Now we are getting the proper data on top of our output screen. Okay. Now here requirement is, if you observe, what's the requirement? Get data for all the employees whose salary is in between 1,000 and 5,000. If you want to achieve this requirement, we can apply the greater than operator. We can apply the less than operator, and in between we are applying the end operator. But instead of writing this much of query, here we can apply the simply between operator. What is the requirement here? I want to get all the values which are present in the 2 values between values only. Whenever you want to get any data between some specific values, then what we can do? You can able to apply the operator called as a between operator. And if you want to frame the query here, we can give it as salary column between 10,000, comma, in Excel sheet, as per the table data, we have to give it as a 1,000, comma, 5,000. In Excel sheet data, we are giving it as a 1000, 5000 and by using the between operator, we can able to simply frame the query like this. Instead of giving the multiple conditions, by using the single operator, you can able to frame the query. We are giving it as a between, sorry, it's my mistake again, between 1000 and 5000. This is the way you can able to frame the query. Just run the same query in the database side and select start from employee underscore main table, where salary between 1000 or 10,000, 10,000, and for example, I'm giving it as a 50,000. Okay, now you tell me this query should give actually how many records? This query should give actually 3 records, and we'll see the output here. How many records we are getting? 5 records. What's the reason?
It's counting.
Very simple reason, Andy. Between operator will work as inclusive operator. Right? Understand the meaning of this operator, Andy. What is happening here? In the database side, between operator is going to work as a inclusive operator. What is the meaning of inclusive operator?
Including
It will
10,000
give the between values, and also it will give the highest value and also the lowest value only. Here we are given the 1000. For 1000, do we have any record in this? Sorry. Okay, here we are given the 10,000. For the 10,000 in our table, do we have record or not? We are having the record. That's the reason that record also will coming in the output. And what is the last value we are having? 50,000. This value also we are having in the table or not? This value also we are having in the table. That's the reason it is given the lower value, upper value, and also the between values. And for that reason only we can able to say between is going to work as a inclusive operator in our database system. Just I will type that here. Between operator is inclusive operator, which means it will give low value data, high value data, and also between values data. So all these values data it is giving because it is going to work as a inclusive operator. Inclusive is nothing but it is given the low value and also it is given the high value and also it is going to provide the between values also. Nandi. That's the reason as part of using the between operator here, how many records we are getting? We are getting total 5 records. Okay. Now, for example, I am given the requirement to you. I want to get all the employees information whose employees salary between 1000 and 5,000, and also I want to get data for 1,000 employee data and 5,000 employee data. Then what we can do here? You can go for the between operator because between is going to work as a inclusive operator. In our example, it will give the 1,000 employee data, 5,000 employee data, and also it will give the between employees data on top of your output screen. For that reason, when I'm going to run this query, what's happening, Andy? It is given the 10,000 salary employee data, 50,000 salary employee data, and also between we are having the 3 values. For that reason, it is giving those 3 values data also on top of our output screen. Now my requirement is get the same output without using between operator. Same output in the sense I want to get this inclusive output. Try to understand the requirement. So what I'm telling, between is going to work as an inclusive operator. It will give the highest value data, lowest value data, and also it will provide the middle values of the data. Now my requirement is I want to get high value data, low value data, and also middle values data. To achieve this requirement, directly we can able to use the between operator as per my requirement. Now my question is, I want to get the output without using the between operator.
Greater than equal to or
Less than or equal to.
So here same query we can able to reuse. Only what I'm telling, if I'm giving this query, what's happening? It is given the between values, but now I want to get the highest value and also I want to get the lowest value on this. So what is the change we need to do on top of this query?
Already greater than or
Give it
equal
as
to.
a greater than or equal to,
Less
and
than.
here give it as a less than or equal to. Just to cover the less than or equal to operator, I given this example. And if you want to get the inclusive output, you can able to get the inclusive output without using the inclusive operator also. What is the inclusive operator? Between. By using the between operator, if you want, you can able to frame the query. Without using the between operator, if you want to frame the query, then what we have to do? We need to give it as a greater than or equal to and less than or equal to. Once we are applying this equal to condition, automatically it is providing the same output whatever we are getting by using the between operator. We'll check it once. Select start from employee underscore main, where salary greater than or equal to 10,000 and salary less than or equal to 50,000. So what's happening? With the between operator, you got the 5 records. With this query also, how many records we are getting here? You are going to get the 5 records, Andy. Why I am giving this example is, in the interview, some people will ask the question like this, Andy. Can you please tell me how to get all the employees information where their salary is in between 1,000 and 5,000? Immediately, generally, what answer we will give? People are giving this answer as part of interviews by using the between operator. Then they will ask the question, without using the between operator, how we can able to achieve the requirement? Then people are giving the answer like this. Now tell me, is the correct answer? For first question, what is the question? I want to get all the employees information whose salary is in between 1,000 and 5,000. Then we are given the answer called as a by using between operator. This is the answer we are giving. That is the correct query. Okay. Now interviewer is asking the question, without using the between operator, I want to get the same output. Now do we need to give the answer as a this query or this query? Without using the between operator, I want to achieve the same requirement. Now we need to give this answer or this answer. You have to give the second answer only because you want to replace the between operator. Between is a kind of a inclusive operator. If you want to replace the between operator, we need to give the greater than or greater than or equal to. You need to give the greater than or equal to, and here we need to give the less than or equal to only. If you are going to give the answer for the first one, what will happen? Interviewer can able to understand. You don't know about between operator. What you don't know? You don't know about it is working as a inclusive operator. Whomever having knowledge about between operator, definitely they will know about between is going to work as an inclusive operator. Here my question is, I want to replace the between operator. If you want to replace the between operator, then what is the answer we have to give? We need to give it as a greater than or equal to and less than or equal to. With that, you can able to replace the between operator as part of our requirement. Now, for example, my interviewer is asking the question like this, Andy. I want to get data for only the employees which are present in between 1,000 and 5,000, which is nothing but I want to get data for 2,000, 3,000 and 4,000. Only he is clearly given the requirement. I want to get data for only these salaries information, which is between 1,000 and 5,000. Now, what is the answer we need to give? If you are given the between operator, is the correct answer? It's the wrong answer.
Correct.
Now, how it is correct? If you are given the between, what will happen?
It will include.
Not between, only greater than, less than.
It will give the 1,000 and 5,000 also. But my clear requirement is I want to get data for only 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. I don't want to get the 1,000 and 5,000. In this situation, we cannot able to use the between operator. Then how to achieve the requirement? By using this query, we can able to achieve the requirement. And so see here, in the interviews, most of the questions are easy only. But what they will do? They will try to confuse you and they will give the same requirement in the different ways. So with that, what will happen? Automatically, we are going to get the confusion. Already, you people are having some kind of nervousness as part of interviews. What's the reason? What's the reason? Because of your fake experience or because of over anxiety. So first time if you are going to attend the interviews, what will happen? You are going to have some kind of anxiety, right? So because of the over anxiety or because of the fake experience, you are having some kind of nervousness. And in this nervousness, if they are asking these kind of questions, what will happen automatically? You did the very good practice on all the database concept. You did the very good practice on the other topics also. When they're asking the questions, if you are going to get the confusion, what will happen? In the confusion, you will give all wrong answers. Okay. That's the reason. What is the tip here we need to follow? As part of interviews only, don't get any kind of confusion. If you are giving one answer, please stick to that answer. Your interviewer will try to confuse you by asking the same question in the different ways only, but don't get the confusion. Whatever you are thinking that is correct, please give the same answer. Once you are going to get the confusion, what will happen? For example, they ask for the first question, second question, third question, you given the perfect answer. In the fourth question, you got the confusion. Then what will happen from here onwards? Automatically, you will get the confusion for fifth question, sixth question, seventh question, eighth question also. Randy, what is the interviewer target? To give the job to you or to reject your profile? His target is to reject the profile or to pick the trained employee or skilled employee. They are looking for skilled employees, not the trained employees. Randy, if you are really skilled employee, what will happen? Definitely, you know about all these kind of basic concepts. Randy, when you can able to understand all the basic concepts, If you go to any opens, for example, if you go to the W3 skills and there you can able to see all these things. You can able to see the order by distinct, you can able to see the between operator and all these things. But when you can able to understand all these kind of things, whatever we are discussing, if you are really working in the real-time project, then you can able to understand all these kind of minute details only. But at present, you are not working in the real time. But from my side, I am working in the real time from last 15-16 years, right? With that experience, I am trying to give all this kind of information. Try to understand, try to utilize, and try to give the proper answers as part of your interviews. And with that, what will happen? Automatically, you can able to clear the interviews and you can able to get the jobs. Okay. What is the summary here? Don't get the confusion as part of interviews. First thing. Second thing, when we are discussing about or when we are learning about any topics, and try to understand the minute details also when you are reading about order by. Don't think that order by for sorting the data. If you are going to learn like that, what is the difference between the fresher and 3 to 4 years of employee? If you are going to put the 3 to 4 years as experience on the cloud data engineer, you have to show some difference, right? For example, you are given the answer, order by is we are using for sorting the data. You are having only that knowledge. Then you are the fresher or you are the experienced person? You are the fresher. Now, if you are going to say in the order by class, if you are given the any column, for example, as we discussed earlier, if I am given the order by employee ID, by default, what will happen? Your data will be sorting based on the EID column in which order?
Ascending order.
Ascending order. That is first thing. Second thing, I am giving EID, DID descending order. Now, descending order is applicable for which column? Only for DID column or for both the columns? Only for DID column only. When you can understand all these things, if you are really working in the real time, you can able to understand. Or if a person is working in the real time, if he can explain you, then only you can able to understand all these things only. That's the reason. Try to utilize my experience and whatever we are teaching. Don't think that why we are spending this much of time on the order by clause, why we are spending this much of time on the between operator. I know all these are very simple only, but you people don't know what are the minute things we are having on all these kind of operators. That's the reason I am spending this much of time on top of our each and every basic topic. Try to understand, try to practice, try to get the knowledge. Automatically with that, what will happen? You can able to get the jobs after completion of our course. Okay. Before going further, any questions up to here, please ask me. Any questions or any confusions up to here? Okay, and one more thing, Andy. Actually, as part of database concepts, I am typing some examples in the Excel sheet. I am typing some information in the notepad. After completion of the class, I will share both the documents, Andy. You try to consolidate yourself. Please put some efforts, Andy. Okay, because if I in the Excel sheet, what's the advantage? I can able to show you the table in the cells format. If I'm going to show you the data like this, what will happen? You can understand the examples in the better way instead of typing all this data in the notepad. That's the reason I am using the Excel sheet for explaining all the examples in the better way. Some examples I will show you in the Excel sheet. Some examples I will show you in the notepad. After completion of the class, I will share both the documents, Andy. Just I will ask one question. After sharing the documents, what you have to do? Okay, we received the documents, done for the day. Antena? We received the documents, done. Some people are sending the message, sir, can you please share the documents? After sharing the documents, what you are doing? Okay, download and place in the folder. Yeah, perfect. That's it, huh? Now, Andy. So see here, please open the document or file, whatever I shared. Go through all the content. This is the first thing. And go through all the examples if we discuss any examples. And sometimes I am not capturing some data while discussing. Am I right? While discussing some topics, Sunday, I am not typing because I'm focusing on the topic for explanation. I am not capturing that information into my notepad or into my Excel sheet. What we have to do? Please try to recollect what we discussed in the class. Recollect what we discussed in the class. Okay, and if that information is not there in my text file, what you have to do? You yourself can add that info into your text file. What is the advantage of this activity? Today we are discussing few things, Sunday. You can remember these topics for till tomorrow or day after tomorrow. After 10 days, what will happen? Can you able to recollect what we discussed in the class? No, right? But if you are trying to capture all the information, whatever we are discussing in the class by using the notepad, with that what will happen after 10 days or after 1 month or after 6 months also, if you are going to open this notepad, what will happen? You can able to recollect whatever the things we covered as part of our classes. And from my side, max of the things I'm capturing in the notepad or text or in the Excel sheet. And sometimes I will also miss few things here. If you want to capture each and everything, whatever we are discussing, please open the test file which I sent to you. Tell me, can you do the modifications on this test file, or you need to keep the same file as is? Do we have any such kind of restriction? No, right? You can do any kind of modifications on top of this file. And if you want, you can able to add few more examples. Or for example, you are doing the practice, right? Whatever the practice you are doing, you can able to copy paste all those queries in the daily sheets. In the daily test files, you can able to copy paste all your practice examples also. With that, what will happen after 1 month or 2 months, just by opening the notepad only, you can able to understand whatever we discussed. Randy, don't think that anyhow, sorry, sharing the videos. By using these videos, I can able to recollect. Tell me, is the proper thinking? See here, so far I think we conducted around, I can say 20 classes or 20 to 25 classes. Which means every class is around 1 hour 15 minutes to 1 hour 30 minutes. Sometimes we are taking the class for 1 hour 45 minutes also. Now, so far, how many hours of videos you are having? We can say 25 hours of video. Now, you tell me, if you want to cover the 25 hours of video, how many days are required? I can say it's a kind of an infinite process. What's the reason? Today, you are going to open the video 1. You will go through the 30 minutes of video. After 30 minutes, what will happen? You will get some kind of distraction. What's the distraction? From the YouTube, you will get a pop-up, a short. Or from the Instagram, you are going to get a message. Okay. With that, what will happen? We will enter into the YouTube. Once we are going to enter into the YouTube, what will happen? Will you able to come out? No. So what is going to happen here? You are going to spend the 1 hour. After 1 hour, you want to start from again from the beginning, or you want to start from the 31 minute? You want to start again from the 31st minute, because in this 1 hour, because of seeing the shots or other thing, you forgot about all the things, whatever you learned in the first 30 minutes. Again, you will start from first minute. Again, what will happen? 30 minutes are over, which is nothing but how much time you spent on the video? 1 hour. After 1 hour spending on the videos or learning, what will happen? You will get the feeling that today I spent lot of time for learning after 1 hour only. Okay. You will stop the video. Tomorrow, what will happen? Again, you will open the same video only. Again, from where you will start? From the first minute. Okay. That's the reason I'm saying that it is going as a infinite process. Okay. Don't think that I am having the video. By seeing the video, I can able to understand everything. Don't think like that, because already in the YouTube, you can able to see so many videos on the SQL concepts. You can see so many videos on the GCP. You can see so many videos on the Python. But why people are not getting the job? By seeing the videos, you won't understand anything, or you won't able to focus anything. And please attend the classes on daily basis. Please do the practice on daily basis. If you want, what you can do here, whenever because of any personal reason, if you missed 1 or 2 classes, for those classes you can focus on the videos. Don't think that every class I will focus on the videos, and anyhow, sorry, sharing all the videos, I can able to focus on the videos and I can skip the classes. And don't think like that. If you are going to think like that, what will happen? Unnecessarily, you are going to spend 2 months of time here. Unnecessarily, you are going to waste your 50K money. Just I'm giving the suggestion. Don't think that I'm having the video, I can able to survive. You won't able to survive by seeing the videos only. Please attend the classes daily basis. Please put your brains here. Don't sleep in the class. Understand the concept and do the practice. With this, you can able to get the perfect knowledge on each and every topic. Is it clear? Today, Gyan is completed only. That's all for today. We'll meet in the tomorrow session. Today, 2:30, we don't have any class. Okay, we'll meet you in the tomorrow session. Mostly tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I will give the assignment on SQL concepts. If you want to perform the assignments, what need to happen? You need to complete the practice for all the topics, whatever we discussed so far only. Then only you can able to perform the assignment. Mostly tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I will share the assignment also. With that, you can able to start your own assignments. You can able to write your own SQL queries. Till now, what's happening? I am telling the query, you are typing the query, you are running the query. But going forward, you need to prepare your own SQL queries only. To perform that, you need to complete all the practice, whatever we discussed so far. With that, easily you can able to perform the assignments. Is it clear? And one more thing, this weekend, what we are having? we are having the mock interviews Andy. In the mock interviews, what I will ask? I will ask only database concepts. No Andy. I will ask all the topics, whatever we discussed in the GCP classes also. From the beginning to till day, whatever we discussed, I will ask all such kind of questions. With that, you yourself can assess how much you understood. And with that, you can able to focus on the other topics also in our coming classes. Okay. And one last thing I want to say. By seeing this word, don't escape the classes. Andy. If you don't want to attend the mock interviews, you can skip the mock interview. But by seeing this word, what people are doing is some people, they are skipping the classes also. If I'm going to attend the classes, then only sir will take the mock interview. If I will skip the class, how we can able to take the mock interview? People are thinking like this, Andy. If you are having the interest and if you are having the confidence, then only please come for the mock interview. If you don't want, you can skip the mock interviews. But my sincere suggestion, please don't skip the class. For example, today morning we discussed one topic about partition. If anyone misses this class, what will happen? Trust me, they cannot able to understand whatever we are going to cover in the coming classes. Andy, every class is important. Don't miss any class because of any reason. Only two reasons. One is personal emergency. Second one is any serious health issues. Okay. Other than these two issues, Andy, if you have any other kind of issues, please try to attend the classes either offline or at least try to attend the classes from online. With that, every day you can attend the classes, you can gain the knowledge and you can able to understand and you can able to perform the practice. Okay. Okay, then that's all for today. We'll meet you in the tomorrow session.
Sir, hello.
Yeah, please.
Hello. Yeah. If I am not satisfied with my answers in the mock interview, then
I will give
is
the
there
feedback.
any mock